the last part of this vlog series. If you haven't seen the other parts yet, I will link them down below. Thanks for coming through, guys. Enjoy! Welcome to Everland, the largest theme park in Seoul, home to a number of crazy rides and this magic tree. Hold up, I forgot to tell you how we got here. Okay, I'm gonna tell you real quick. We got on the subway to Gangnam Station, got out at exit 10, walked a few blocks straight till we saw this shop, waited for bus number 5002, tapped our card, enjoyed the view, got off at Everland Station, rode the free shuttle bus, and we're here. Now, where were we? Alright, that magic tree. This thing talks.
Don't break it.
Before we get into all the crazy rides, we're gonna need something to eat.
Target locked.
So we got this big ass nugget first. I forgot what it was called, but it looks and tastes like a big ass nugget, so that's what we're calling it. The day we got here, not much was going on. Many of the rides were closed. The safari thing was closed. We didn't get to see any tigers or pandas, which sucked. But that's fine. It was still a fun day. Plus, there were no lines. And we got to fool around the park installations. Plus, do a little photo shoot. Our first ride was the good old bumper car. And then it just went uphill from there.
What's up, buddy?
AJ isn't really a roller coaster kind of guy, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna miss any of the rides.
Hello, everybody. This is where Sherry is. She is nervous.
AJ stayed on the ground filming, but he was screaming like he was on the ride with me.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the? Ah! Is that safe? Boom! Ah! Ah! Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh my god, that's crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Nahilo na ako for you.
I'm dizzy.
Yan, kasi.
Even though he didn't get on any of the twisty, bendy rides with me, I made him promise that we'd ride the T-Express together. And we did!
We're about to ride this.
Nakabahan ako.
Ako din. We're scared.
People with back pain daw, bawal dito. Back pain. For real. Not even kidding. I'm not scared. I'm back pain.
Obviously, we weren't able to film on the ride, but I found this clip on the internet that could give you a little glimpse of what we went through. Knowing that the T-Express is primarily made of wood and not strong steel adds to that mixed feeling of fear and excitement. If you guys plan on visiting Everland anytime soon, this is a must-try.
AJ!
I did not even scream.
He was crying. Pagkatapos nung ride, meron siya luha dito na tinitignan kita kasi wala ka ng sound sa ginagawa. I was checking if you're still alive.
Nag-lockjaw ako.
A bunch of kiddie rides and a cob of corn later, we decided to go home. The next morning, we got picked up by Jimmy, the tour guide, for our day trip, which we arranged ahead of time through Klook. First stop of this tour is Gangchon Rail Park, which was built on a discontinued train line. It was definitely a unique way to enjoy the views outside of Seoul. As we pedaled our rail bike along the tracks, we enjoyed this beautiful and calm scenery.
Nakita na namin kung saan tumutubo ang mga bibimbap.
Bibimbap pa!
There were also tunnels with different themes. Some of it was dreamy like this one, and some of it was, well, see for yourself. The bike was pretty easy to pedal, although it can get loud. I mean, I guess we should have expected that. We were on train tracks. I guess the only thing we had a hard time with was the weather. It was too freaking cold. Nevertheless, we enjoyed the whole ride. After that, we rode this romance train, as they would call it, to get to the other side where our guide picked us up to head to our next stop. I'm sure you've already heard of Nami Island. This is probably one of the best destinations outside of Seoul. Going there is like going into a different country. Well, since Nami declared their cultural independence and they literally give you a visa upon entry, technically you are going into a different country. We rode the ferry going there, but you could opt to cross the lake via zipline, Superman style.
We just got off that ferry and we are now on Nami Island.
Nami Island is so beautiful and our experience was nothing short of magical. First off, there were animals just lying around everywhere. Squirrels, rabbits, even ostriches. If these animals could talk, this would be a real-life setting for a Disney movie. And it's so scenic. Like, everywhere you look, it's like you're in a freaking Korean drama scene. And mind you, there weren't many tourists that day. There were just like 20 other people on the island or something. So it was so peaceful and it was so easy to take photos. But what made our trip even more magical is this.
Oh my god, it came true! My 11/11 wish came true! Okay, video interruption. If you guys don't know, I like wishing on 11/11. Like, I'm that type of girl. I'm sorry. Before our trip, all I was wishing for was snow. It's a little pathetic, I know, but if you live in a tropical country like me, I think you'll understand even just a little bit. Although our trip was during the winter, it was like the last leg of winter, so the possibility of snow was slim. I researched this way too many times, and people on the internet are like, sometimes it snows one last time in February, but
don't count on it.
And then, before our trip, I think that was like February 17, it snowed in Seoul. So we were pretty much sure that was like the last snowfall of Korea, and we just missed it like by a couple of days. It was pretty sad, but okay, whatever. And then when we were in Nami Island, this happened. Like, that's why I was freaking out, because we didn't think we were gonna experience snow in Korea during the entirety of our trip, and then that happened. And that's the first snowfall I have ever experienced in my entire life. It was awesome. God is real. I've been... It's no way. Look. Our first snowfall.
After a few minutes of enjoying the snowfall and enduring the cold, we headed back to the wharf. Our last pit stop for the day was Petite, France.
We're now in Petite, France. Bonjour. And walang tao. So we're gonna take lots of photos. Yung sabi ng tour guide namin, if you ring that bell over there, and if you're single, you're gonna have a boyfriend. So all the single ladies, come here, ring that bell. Anyway, we're gonna go take photos now, and I'll also try to show you around.
There are lots of rooms in those little houses and around the whole area with many different artworks and installations, which we just enjoyed.
Wow, tumigil ka. Babalik kita.
Give me a piece of bread, spare me your mercy. Magandang gabi, Manila! People say they're the lucky one. We also found this game room, and AJ and I got a little bit competitive. After watching a little show about French instruments and checking if my photos were good, we headed home. When we got back in Seoul, we had a really good dinner, which I will talk about soon in our food vlog, so stay tuned, guys. Our last 2 days in Seoul were our free days for shopping, eating, and just exploring the city without an itinerary.
Kuha ko. Gusto ko ng B-Bridge. B-Bridge.
Vlog.
There's this little shop near our Airbnb that sells fish cakes, tteokbokki, sundae, and fried foods. We ate at that particular stall almost every night before hitting the hay. So frequently, in fact, that she gave us free tteokbokki. And we called her Mother Korea. On our last night, we wrote her a letter in Hangul. I tried my best to copy the letters, which I think sucked, but she said she understood my handwriting.
We just gave Mother Korea our letter and the photo. Sobrang cute niya. Sabi niya, okay. Dami na sinabi. We took 2 photos and we gave her the other one. So, yeah. We're gonna miss Mother Korea.
Then it was time to go back home. We were sad to leave, but as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. That was an awesome trip. We'll see you again soon, Korea. Kamsahamnida. Thank you guys for watching.